Hello everyone and welcome back to Crochet Rocks. My name's Tracy, and for this video I'm going to show you the pattern I'm using to make this blanket. This is going to be for a buggy. You can make it smaller for a car seat, bigger for a cot, you can make a throw, anything you want, and you can do the stripes as the same size, you can do one plain colour, you can make a variegated yarn, you can do anything you want. But for this particular blanket I'm using this Sainsbury's yarn. It's baby yarn, this lemon. However, the blue wasn't baby, but it's equally as soft, and so I'm going to show you the stitch that I'm using to make this. So right, bear with me while I get my yarn. So this is made in multiples of 2, this particular pattern, so any even number of stitches is fine. So first of all you want to make your slip knot. I made a video how to make the magic ring and the slip knot, so if you want to know, go back and watch that. I don't do it that way I used to when I first learned, but now I do a loop and I crochet into it. It's actually the same principle. You're making a loop and you crochet into it. So that's my slip knot. So a little tip, if you find when you're making a garment or making anything that your foundation chain is tight or tighter than your work, so therefore it tapers like this a little bit at the edges, then just use a larger hook to make your foundation chain and then switch to the hook that you're going to use. Now that blanket I'm making with a 375 hook, but for the purposes of this tutorial I'm going to show you with a 4 because I think it might be easier for you to see it. I did this tutorial earlier when I had lovely natural daylight, and then when I looked back I did actually deviate off camera. I think my arms were a little tired, so I've had to delete that one and start again. So hopefully nothing like that will happen this time. So to do a chain, you yarn over and pull through the loop, yarn over and pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop. I'm doing these quite loose because I'm hoping that you can see them. That was 4, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, oh, nearly fell out, 12. I'll do 13 and 14 just for this swatch so that you can see. So we're going to go into the second chain from the hook. This loop doesn't count. That's our first chain from the hook. That's the second. So we go into that chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. So we'll have 2 on our hook, yarn over and pull through both. That's a double crochet in the UK terms. And then if it was US terms it would be a single, but for us in the UK it's a double crochet. And the next stitch will be a treble crochet in the UK. So that's yarn over, into the chain, yarn over and pull up a loop. So you've got 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And in the UK, as I said, that is a treble. In the US, a double. And that is our repeat. So the next chain we do a single crochet, we put our hook through, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we do a treble, so it's yarn over, into the chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's it. It's a double followed by a treble. And we do that all the way to the end. So I'm going to speed up a little bit, and if I go too fast for you then please just pause the video and meet me again at the end, and I'll show you how we turn our work. I did make these chains a little bit on the big side hoping that you could see, and I'm not used to them being this baggy. So then we do our treble in our second to last, and as we began we end with a double crochet, and we do a turning chain, turn our work. So if you look at the top, there's all of our stitches, if you get confused as to where you are. Now in this particular pattern, if the last stitch that you did was a double crochet, then you double crochet into that stitch. If it was the stitch you're looking at is a treble, then you treble into it. So this is a double, so we go into this first stitch and do a double crochet. The next one is a treble, so we treble into that stitch. I'll try and get a little bit closer. The next one is a double, and next stitch a treble. And that's how this pattern works up. If you're into a double, then you do a double crochet. If you're going into a treble, you do a treble crochet. Double, treble crochet. I'm getting a bit of tangled yarn. So when we get to the end, I will show you I do something a little differently to most people. It's only with this blanket and sometimes with similar patterns, I find that when my crochet ends with a double, it is easy to go into that turning chain and do your last stitch. It keeps the row edge lovely and straight. It's only when there's really a double crochet, it's so easy to go into that last. It keeps it nice and straight, and plus there's no gap. Sometimes you find there's a gap if you go into the last stitch on some things. Well, I'll go one more row, then we'll change colour. So we go into our stitch and do a double. Let me do a treble crochet. Sorry, just had something off camera. I'll tell you what, I've got very low battery, so I will change colour at the end of this row just in case my battery runs out. So how I change colour is I go into my stitch and I pull up a loop, and then I trap this colour in my hand and I get my new colour, which is here, and I'll leave a tail for sewing in, and then I finish the stitch in that colour, and even though it did sort of end up a little baggy because of, and then I'll do my turning chain, turn my work. Sometimes I'll tie these two off and then I will crochet them in as I'm working, but today I won't do that because it's quite confusing when you're new to be doing things like that. There's plenty of time to learn little tips and techniques as we go. And so that's basically how we change colour, and we just continue in the same pattern. Double crochet into double crochet and treble into treble crochet, and you keep going with that until it's the size that you want, and then we can think of a nice edge in at the time perhaps, or you can just do it one colour or variegated colour. But I do like this pattern. I think it looks really lovely. I'm really impressed with it. So thank you for watching, and if I could ask you please to give us a thumbs up, like and share this video, and if you could subscribe to my channel, click on that little notification bell and you'll be told when there's new patterns that come out. So I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.